Hey, seventh graders, for this lesson we're going to go from found poetry from text to what's called parallel poetry, where you take the structure, the numbers of words, the types of words that you created in a found poem, and then you change the subject by changing the words. So let's take a look at some practice poems that I created, and I used text from the book Winter Dance by Gary Paulson. So I'm going to take you through the steps of what I did to create a found poem, and then from there, how we create the next type of poem, which is called parallel poetry. All right, so you'll see I have two photographs of pages from Winter Dance. So what I would suggest that you do is start a new page in Notability. And in Notability, there's a little plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. And if you tap on the plus sign, that will take you to your camera. So in a book of your choice, what I want you to do is find a passage that looks interesting, maybe has some really descriptive words or is an interesting passage, and take a photo of it in Notability. Then you're going to find a poem from that passage. And you'll notice in both of my photographed passages, I used a highlighter to find words that I really liked. So in my first one, you're going to see here, I created this poem. Flakes of snow, large and fluffy, started to appear, a sign of winter coming. From the second larger photograph, I created the green poem. How fast the wind was blowing, the force took me now. I had no control over my life. It blew me sideways, swinging like a weather vane. The wind kept knocking me down, tumbling me end over end. So those are found poems. I did not use any of my own words. I just pulled the language from the text that I liked, and I created short lines and created a poem that had a rhythm. So the next step is called creating a parallel poem. And what that means is you take your original found poem and then using the numbers of words, the structure of the lines, and you create an original poem that uses the same type of sentence structure, numbers of words, types of words. So we went from flakes of snow, large and fluffy, started to appear, a sign of winter coming. And now the class helped me write this one, and it became boxes of chocolate, dark and milky, started to melt, a sign of weight gain. So we use the numbers of words, the types of words, to change this from a poem about snow to a poem about chocolate. So in this next poem, in blue, I decided to change the poem about the wind blowing to something about a flower blooming. So I'm going to use some of the same words. I'm just going to change some of the words to my own ideas. You can keep some of them that you like. So I went from how fast the wind was blowing to how delicate the flower was blooming. The scent took me away. I had an overwhelming sense of beauty. It captured my senses, swaying like a ballerina. The flower kept opening up. So I didn't do the entire found poem, but I think I created this visual image of a flower opening and blooming and giving an idea that it's got this beautiful scent, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I took the structure from here and I repeated it over here, and I just changed the topic but kept the number of words the same. So your task for this next assignment is, in a book that you're reading, take a photograph of a passage, make it a good, like a full page, and then I want you to find, which means pull from the text, several poems. Don't just be happy with one. Try a wide variety. If you need to take several pictures of several passages, please do that. Once you've written 2, 3, 4 found poems that you're happy with, then for each found poem, I want you to create a parallel poem that uses the same structure, the same numbers of words. All your task to do is change the topic. So I'll post a couple more examples on our Google Classroom so you get a sense of what that looks like, but good luck and have fun with this.